What's going on, you guys? It is Queerphyrexia, and in this week's video, I want to dive into the exciting and maybe a little confusing world of Commander deck building. That is right, whether you're new to the format or a seasoned veteran. Today, we're diving in to Commander deck building. I think Commander deck building can be really fun, and it can be really difficult if it's not a format you play very often. It often can be very confusing. You don't know, like, oh, how many of X type of spells do I include? How many instant sorceries, creatures? There's a lot of types of things you can include into a commander deck, and today I want to talk about proper deck construction. At least in my opinion, I want to give you my advice as a commander player on how to build your next commander deck. So hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to hit the bell so you know when I upload next. And that being said, let's get into some deck construction. First, we've got to choose a commander. I mean, your commander sets the tone for your deck, so picking a legendary creature that resonates with you and fits your playstyle will make the deck feel special. Whether you prefer aggressive strategies, control, or combo, there's a commander out there for you. And, you know, this extends further than regular your deck plan. This can be like, do you want a typal commander? There's lots of good legendary elves, wolves, merfolk, you name it. There's something out there for you. I know it. So, I mean, among the hundreds and thousands, I'm sure, of countless legendaries this game offers, I'm sure you will find the perfect one for you. Now, to expand on that, now that we've chosen our commander, we need to establish what the strategy of the deck is. Like I said, is it going to be a typal deck? Control, aggro, combo? Is it a theme deck based off of like a movie or a TV show, a book? You know, deciding what the clear focus of your deck is will give you better choices for your deck construction. So, I mean, there's the choices are just endless, and yeah. Next, let's talk about ramp and fixing. In Commander, mana is crucial, so be sure to include cards that ramp and fix your mana. So you have access to ramp in every single color of the game, albeit, you know, certain colors do it a little differently. Cards like Soul Ring, Cultivate, Commander Sphere, Land Tax. There's several rituals among black and red, and High Tide in blue. All are staples for these purposes. There's lots of artifacts to choose from. There's lots of ramp out there, so be sure to include it in your next commander deck. Card advantage is a majorly important thing in the game of Commander. You don't want to be the only one at the table on turn 6 who's out of gas, so you need card draw and card advantage, things that exile things from the top to play at a later time. Again, while each color has its own way of doing this, no matter what colors you're in, there's ways to fill your hand back up to full, so you're not left F6'd. Moving on to what I think is the most important thing in every commander deck, interaction and removal will help you stay on pace for the game. It lets you interact with what your opponents are doing and stop their game plan so you can further yours. You can accomplish this by adding removal, counter spells, protection spells, and I'd even maybe lump stacks pieces in with this batch, though you don't really want to play stacks if you're not looking to add a little salt to the table. And yeah, I think interaction is super important. You don't want to be left with no answers when the seat in front of you goes for their combo turn. Keeping an eye on your mana curve will make sure the consistency of your deck will give you a good variety of spread across your casting cost. Whoa, you're building a commander deck? I'm sure you need cards for that, right? So why not check out our sponsor, TCG Player, the one-stop shop for all your trading card needs. They have sleeves, they have cards, they have deck boxes, they have playmats, they have everything you need to build your next commander deck. So check out TCG Player in the link down below. And thank you again for sponsoring this episode. And that will ensure you're not having to draw past because your mana value outweighs the lands you have on the field. Believe me, it feels bad drawing a 6-mana spell when you already have 3 other ones in your hand and only 5 lands on the field. Speaking of lands, you'll want a solid number. Most commander decks typically run anywhere from 34 to 38, depending on your deck strategy. It could be more, it could be less, and that also factors in ramps and mana rocks and fixing. You also want a spread of basics, multicolor lands, and you'll want one of the most important things in a commander deck, and that's utility lands. Things like War Room, things like Skarg, the Rage Pits. There's lots of good lands out there that provide you an extra spell on your turn just for playing the land. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of things that lands alone can do in a game of Commander, and adding them into your deck will give you an extra edge. Finally, remember, Commander building is something that ultimately reflects who you are as a player, so you want to make deck choices that reflect yourself and your playstyle. The SKU and power level is all over the place right now because there's just been so many solid reprints and powerful spells printed in the last couple sets, so having a Rule Zero conversation at the beginning of your Commander game will get everyone on board for about the same power in your game of Magic, and it'll just make the experience a lot more fun for everyone. But above all else, remember, it's a game. Have fun. That is what we're here to do, right? Commander is supposed to be an enjoyable multiplayer experience for the entire table, so if you're not having fun, something's not right. And thank you guys for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, leave it in the comments. If there's something special about Commander deck building that you enjoy, leave it down in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next upload. I'll catch you guys in the next one.